So what is this? It's a completely different device. It looks like a hoverboard, but it's not like a hoverboard. So what is it?
It's a mountain board. So I build them in my free time. A lot of it is 3D printed parts. So 3D printed battery pack, 3D printed motor controller, all of the wiring I do. So the internals in here.
Bit louder.
Yep. There's 100 individual lithium-ion cells in here. So they're basically, I wire them all up. I connect it to the motor controller. I build the motor mounts and kind of assemble it.
So, is it electric?
Mm-hmm.
So, if you wanted to increase the speed, how do you increase the speed?
It's based off of the remote.
Remote?
Yep. So I can push the throttle.
So, how does it is different from hoverboard?
So hoverboard, it usually balances itself. And on this one, I just control the speed.
What are the components? Could you repeat again? Where did you get these wheels? You got it from some toy this thing?
Yeah, so the tires and the board and the foot straps here, they come from a company called Trampa.
Trampa?
Yep.
Okay.
So they make a lot of the parts, and then I use the parts to build the board.
Okay, so could you explain about the battery? Like, how did you build that battery? What components required?
Yeah, it's so they're called 21700 lithium-ion cells. I use those to build the battery pack. Basically, you take those cells and you use nickel strip, and you can attach the nickel strip onto the top of the batteries, so you can kind of wire them in series.
Okay.
And then that's how you build the battery pack.
Okay, and what is that? The other one, it looks this one. Yeah, what is that?
So this is the motor controller. It kind of has the chips, I would say, that control the motors. So the rotation, the speed, it connects to the remote wirelessly.
So how long did it take to build this?
This one is probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. But it's like a lot goes into it. So a lot of modeling. So I have to 3D model a lot of the parts, cut out the aluminum. So there's a lot of planning that goes into it.
So it looks like that whatever you bought it from online, you did not just assemble, you did some customization, right?
Exactly.
Ah, okay. So like, do you have a design of it, like the circuits or whatever? Do you have design of this particular?
Like a design that I posted? No.
This whatever you designed, do you have that design part? Like, do you have it so that if you give that sheet to someone, they can build, right?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So do you have that kind of a like some notes or something?
Yeah, I do. So I do have a TEDx talk. Online? Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Okay.
And it kind of talks about what I do with the boards and how I build them.
Okay. So like it's so this is your first piece, or how many pieces did you do before this?
This one, I believe this one's my third board. I built about 6 or 7 so far, so I build a lot of them for my friends and such.
Okay, so like, are you selling them, or what is it like?
No, I just build them with my friends. So my friends will buy the parts, we'll all assemble them together. I'll teach them how to build it. And then,
by the way, how much did it cost you? This
one was about $1,800 US. So
which 1,800? Like what was the expensive part in this?
The most expensive part is usually the battery. So the battery, it usually makes up about like 40% of the cost of the board. You got about like another 25% in the motor controllers, which are under here, and then the rest of it is kind of scattered among smaller parts like the tires, the board, the motors, and things like that. So
like, can you ride this on snow also?
This one, it's not the best on snow, just because the belts here, the snow will kind of get stuck in them. So the newer boards I've been making, they use chains instead. So rather than using the rubber belt, we use a motorcycle chain, and that will go through the snow no problem.
So you just use this to cruise through the campus? Oh, okay. So do you go long rides too?
Yep.
Where?
This one gets about 70 to 80 miles of total range. It's a lot more than any other board that you could buy on the market right now. Most boards that you can find online are like 20 miles, 30 miles top.
So fully charged battery will go to 70 to 80 miles?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What is the
Lot
maximum
further.
speed?
This one is about 35 top speed.
35?
35 miles per hour.
Ah. So like is it legal to use this on the roads?
It depends on where you are.
Uh-huh.
In most places, this classifies as an electric bicycle.
Oh, okay.
Like that's where it kind of falls in the laws.
Mhm.
So in most places, you're pretty much fine, just not on the sidewalks. But, yeah, pretty much wherever you're allowed to ride a bicycle, it falls under that category. So like all of this right here, like the bicycles that are here,
Mhm.
it's fine.